how's our lighting today? You know what? It works. We're okay with it. It do be what it do be. Welcome. I'm a day late and $1 short. So, I didn't film yesterday because I didn't feel like it. And even though that's not a good enough reason, because the whole point of this is to kind of hold myself accountable and to a schedule and stay committed to something. And in the hopes of doing a lot of the things that I talk about on here, which primarily revolve around building new and healthier personal habits, right? And I didn't feel like doing it yesterday. I should have done it yesterday, even if I didn't feel like it, and I didn't, so here we are today. Still don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but I think that what we are going to delve into today, because for some reason I still have not mentioned it yet, is my campaign called Trashy Not Classy. Or classy, not trashy. Let's not inverse that because there's too much trashy as it is. It's classy, not trashy. C before T. Okay. So, classy, not trashy is my little campaign in this particular corner of the universe, because I think just about everything that we are seeing culturally, socially, and politically Thank you for that. Yeah? She was chewing under the sofa earlier, so she's been rehomed and is upset about it. Come here. Come up. Come up. Come up. Come up. Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing things, Butterbean. Doing things. Yeah. You know what, bird? This is really inconvenient. Very inconvenient. Yeah? You wanna come up? Come up? Come up? Come up? Come up? Come up? Thank you. Say hello. Hello. And we're off. Okay. You want to sit over here today? You want to be here? Okay, let's hang out there and see how we like that. Okay? Okay. Now that Her Majesty has been taken care of, hopefully we will get some peace. All right. Anyways, where was I? Classy, not trashy. So, personally, I have been really trying to consider where we are and, you know, how can I contribute or, you know, do what I can to address the things that I think are causing some issues with us culturally. And what I have stumbled upon, no, I tried to say across and upon at the same time. But anyways, what I've stumbled upon personally is the idea that most things can be classified under classy versus trashy, okay? And the reason that I decided to kind of distill it down into these two adjectives that I think can be applied regardless of what social or, you know, whatever pigeonhole you happen to find yourself in, I don't think that being classy or trashy has anything to do with economics or anything like that. And primarily the reason I think that is because of how I was raised. And I was raised with the idea that class was something that you could have regardless of how much financial independence you may or may not have, right? Like, class was not something that was tied to any kind of economic structure, right? Like, I was raised thinking that being taught that class is something that is a behavior. It's a series of choices and a manner in which you carry yourself and how you choose to act and behave in the world, and that's class. And to the opposite of that is being trashy, right? And so you can have people that have all the money in the world that are trashy, and you can have people that have no money that are classy. And so I think that, to me, a lot of how I kind of think about where we found ourselves is that we have started glorifying and aggrandizing things that are inherently trashy behavior, right? Like, it's just not classy. It's not classy. It lacks taste. It lacks decorum. It lacks self-respect and a sense of decency. And, you know, there's so many different things, but that is kind of where a lot of what I'm doing here is about, is because I was raised by a good job. I'm raised by a family who believed that the way that you choose to act and who you choose to be and how you choose to present yourself to the world and the choices that you make, and, you know, the values that you have and the principles that you have are what make you classy or trashy. So we are going to delve into that, and this is just going to be a recurring thing, right? Like, be classy, not trashy. So in that vein, where's my list? I started a list of things that are classy versus trashy, and we'll just read a couple of these out just to get us started. All right. And so what I have underneath my trashy list, in no particular order, because some of these I think are more trashy than others, but all are just like, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. And, well, we'll get into it, okay? So a couple of my top things currently that have popped up that I've put on my trashy versus classy list. Here we go. You know, because we're old school, and I like to use a pen and paper, which I highly recommend. You should be able to write things. It helps your brain, it helps you learn, and it's better at coalescing and clarifying one's thoughts, at least in my opinion. So, my trashy list. Hauls. Any kind of haul. If you're out here in these streets and you're spending a buttload of money and you're posting yourself on the internet going like, guess what I got? Like, no, baby. I don't care what you spent it on. I don't care if it's the Row or if it's Shein. Trashy. Okay? We're not doing it anymore. Hauls, they're out. Toss them. Put them in the bin. Trashy. Brand whoring. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Trashy. Stop it. Because we all know brands don't mean nothing. There is zero, like, they don't mean what they used to. Okay? And that's not all people speak. That's just a reality. Now, it's quantifiable. Fourth. Ooh. No, this is second. So third. I can't count. Math ain't mathin'. So third on our list behind a brand horn, again in no particular order, is supporting disingenuous corporations over local businesses. Why? Because that's not just screwing over your neighbors by not supporting their businesses. It's also not giving back to your local economy, right? You want your community to be wealthy and rich because you want to be wealthy and rich, All right. And you don't do that by giving Jeff Bezos your dollars so that he can go pay some H-1B visa worker half of what he would pay somebody in the United States. And they send all of their money back home to, Pakistan or India or Venezuela or wherever it is that they come from. And it doesn't go back into your community. Okay. So stop doing that. Buy local. And get out, meet people, and say hello, all right? That's classy. Supporting disingenuous corporations over small businesses, that's trashy. All right. Fourth on our list, the overuse of plastic surgery. Stop it. It's not cute, okay? And frankly, it's insulting to your ancestors, all right? Your people worked real hard to get you here today, all right? Don't disrespect your mama and your daddy and their mamas and their daddies by messing up what the good genes gave you, okay? Stop it. You've made it this far. You're here. Be proud of it. And I say that as someone who has had things done, all right? Not surgeries, but we've had filler, okay? We'll talk about that as well. But overusing plastic surgery. Keyword there, overuse, all right? Trashy. Ozempic, that's trashy, babies. It's trashy. You know it is. I know it is. Don't do it. It's also trying to kill you, okay? Stop it. Also, if you think that Ozempic and the body positivity movement were not in cahoots, then, baby, have I got news for you, okay? Have I got news for you. Ooh, excellent work. Very good. Body positivity movement and Ozempic. They are bedfellows. Yeah, trashy. Having a messy lifestyle. Honestly, messy in general. And I say that as somebody who's kind of just living in a mess right now, all right? Messy. Messy is a synonym to trashy. So it obviously goes under the trashy umbrella, okay? Keep your stuff in order, all right? Is it in order all the time? No, I didn't clean my toilet until yesterday, all right? Trashy. But I clean it anytime I'm gonna have somebody other than myself over, okay? And I clean it eventually. But messy, you have to have a standard. And yeah, thanks. Shit talked by a bird. Well, that's what happens when you live a messy lifestyle, ain't it? That's what I get. But anyways, so we all know that maintaining a sense of cleanliness and organization in your life helps establish that mentally. And I know that, okay? I have bed rotted, all right? Bed rotting OG over here, doing it back in 2014, all right? Did it longer and much more unhealthily than any of y'all, all right? Get out there. It's not good for you. I can tell you right now, it's not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna fix your problems. And you're gonna still have to get out of that bed and live unless you make the choice not to, which as the great, oh God, no, I'm not going to be able to remember her name. Jennifer Coolidge said, all right? Sometimes people kill themselves and they always regret it the next day, all right? So don't do it, all right? Don't bed rot. Don't be messy. Clean up after yourself. Keep it organized. Vacuum. All right, it helps the brain, it helps the mind, it helps you feel clean. Make your bed in the morning, all right? We all know that keeping a neat and tidy life helps keep a neat and tidy brain and a neat and tidy, just vibes, okay? That's what all of this is about. All of this is about setting up yourself and your environment to the point where you are naturally maintaining and setting up a personal ecosystem that establishes a vibe and an aura that is healthy and conducive to establishing long-term success, okay? That's what we want. Now, What else is trashy? Degenerate behavior. Stop it. Stop being little hooligans. Like, quit it. It's trashy. Okay? And, like, stop it. Degenerate behavior. We're not here for it. All right? Art without merit. I'm tired of these bananas being taped to a wall. If I have to look at your art and I need a like college dissertation pinned up on the wall next to it so I can understand exactly how it's art, baby, it ain't art. Okay? Ooh, this is a good one. The glorification of victimhood. We are so over the victimhood, all right? We're over it. We're over it. It's not cute. It's trashy. Like, babies. No real victim ever has come forward and flouted, taunted, and put it all over the resume. Like some of y'all privileged pansies that I see out in these streets, okay? Stop it. All right? Speaking of, I got a Marcus Aurelius out here. I was just reviewing it, and it fits perfectly. So we're gonna throw this in regards to victimhood. What does Mr. Marcus Aurelius have to say about it? Okay, Mr. Marcus Aurelius tells you, this is book 4, page 39, in the Modern Library edition of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, published in 2003. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Victimhood. Trashy. All right? Inappropriate situational awareness. Like, the fact that we even have to have this conversation, babies, okay? I don't know who is raising y'all, but we need to do better, okay? Just because your mama has got no class doesn't mean that you have to be trashy too, okay? Like, let's have some situational awareness, you know, right? You see all these videos going around about people wearing outfits that are inappropriate for work, or wearing an outfit that's inappropriate for a funeral, or going out and having degenerate, trashy behavior in situations just because, my God, main character. Okay, no, we're not doing it anymore. It's trashy, okay? The misuse and degradation of language. We have to talk about how people do not use language well anymore, and it's because of illiteracy. A lot of y'all are illiterate. Go out, read a book. They're great. I highly recommend it. Okay, there are some incredible young men that are out in these streets discovering classics and realizing why they're great. Okay, they're excellent. I mean, I love a good book. Go out, pick up one, pick up like an actual one, and stop it with these like, if I see another Brooklyn hipster transplant college chick going from Brooklyn to 14th Street reading Jack Kerouac, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm over it, okay? Stop it. Go read like some good books. Stop reading chick lit, okay? And I'm out here reading it too, okay? Stop it. Stop it. We need good stuff. We need things like, well, I mean, this was a book that I was recommended to me, okay? We got this one. My favorite book of all time. This brick right here. I've probably read this book more than 20 times, at least, all right? Excellent book. Highly recommend. You can see that I live with a parrot. But go read these things and read classics, because it's how you learn how to form your own identity. It's how you learn how to interact with other people. It's how you can transpose yourself into situations you will never have to encounter and yet learn from them, okay? It's also how you expand your vocabulary, which helps you express yourself with a specificity that is a delineation of a high culture, all right? Our ability to express ourselves with a precise degree of specificity is the only thing that separates us from the apes, okay? I mean, yeah, we got opposable thumbs, but so do gorillas. Why are we here and they're not? Language, okay? Now, performance. So performance is a tricky one because everything is a performance, right? We're all born naked and the rest is drag. But you know what I'm talking about. The like performative performance, which I just talked about the specificity of language, and that's what I come up with to talk about this disingenuous performativeness. But anyways, it's trashy. Stop it. All right? It's like lying on your resume. Yes, everybody does it, but like, really, y'all? Really? Stop. It's not cute. We can tell. In the age of AI and the internet, y'all's inauthenticity is exposed and left out in the open like, roadkill being pecked by buzzards, baby. All right? We see it. We see your bones. We see your guts. We know who you are. Trashy. And the last trashy thing on my list so far, I'm sure this will grow, is virtue signaling. Babies, if you have to virtue signal, you're probably not that virtuous. Why? Because you are out here living in a principled and honorable way. Why do you feel the need to virtue signal? Maybe, and I don't know, okay? So don't take my word for it. But maybe you feel the need to virtue signal because you're not really that virtuous. And you're saying it because you're having to try and convince other people that you are when you're not. But what do I know, okay? But yeah, virtue signaling, it's on the trashy list. So we got a lot that is just trashy, gross, disgusting, and we're going to get through it together, okay? We are going to learn how to overcome these things and what to transpose them with, and how we can all learn to be classy, beautiful citizens of this phenomenal American culture, okay? Because we do have a phenomenal American culture, despite what Ken Burns' latest, woke-ass documentary has to say about it. But anyways, now, let's get on to the classy side of my list. Okay, so things that I think are classy. Elocution. Elocution is classy. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is classy. Reading. Reading books, like good books, not just smut, spice, okay? Not just Morning Glory Milking Farm, all right? That doesn't count. Okay, we've all seen that graph going around about how, oh my God, women read more than men. Yes, exactly. And yes, we may be reading more like pages than men, but that doesn't mean that all of your lady prawn counts. Okay, because we know what it is. It's P-R-O-N. P-O-R-N. Okay, it's P-O-R-N, and we know it. And that does not count is reading in a classy way, all right? So, read good stuff. Read the classics. Read literature. Read about Genghis Khan and the making of the modern world. Read about the history of money. Read Ivanhoe. Read Sun Tzu. Read we had 2 copies of these, so if anybody wants one of our lovely anonymous friends sent this to us. So we've got this. We have a very wide and varied library in this household, okay? We've also got Fire and Fury. We've got The Prize, the epic quest for oil, money, and power. I mean, look, get out there, read some stuff, all right? Stop reading your smut. It's not good for your brain. It's also really poorly written these days. Anyway, beyond reading, because I feel really strongly about reading and literacy, but the decorative arts. Get back into wanting things to be beautifully made for the sake of being beautiful. Like, look at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, come on. Get into it, right? I mean, think about all of the beautiful, like, things that you could be populating your home with that weren't made by IKEA, okay? That aren't plastic, petroleum-based slop that you purchase at Target, okay? Think about that. That's what I mean by decorative arts. I mean, go out and find somebody who absolutely loves the skill and trade that they do, right? Find an incredible woodworker and get them to get you a dining table, right? And anyways, ballroom dance. Ballroom dance is so classy. We have to bring that back. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. My goal is to bring back ballroom dancing, okay? I wanna be able to go out like my grandparents on Friday nights and go dancing, okay? And I want a ballroom dance. I want a foxtrot, I want a tango, I want a Roomba, I want to waltz, I want to, merengue. I want to do all of these things, all right? It's classy. That's a classy way to interact with people, and we need to bring that back. Hobbies, babies, getting schwasty with your friends on the weekends and shopping is not a hobby, okay? It does not a personality make. So go find things that you're interested in. The world is full of marvelous, incredible things that you are capable of doing and participating in that aren't consumer-based bullshit, okay? So, like, what do I do? I read, okay? I read a lot. I read a lot of things, okay? I love old movies. I really love art. I go to a lot of museums. I'm a big, just performing arts, decorative arts, art. I mean, I like all of it. I'm big into it. I love going and doing it. I love watching it. I love just snooping around in a museum and staring at things that other people have been talented enough to create and that I'm blessed enough to lay my eyeballs on, all right? So, like knitting, hunting, fishing, gaming, gardening, flower arranging, embroidery, woodcraft, right? Like, do you really want to get into like making furniture, tables? Do you want to get into whittling and like start sculpting in wood? Do you want to be a regular sculptor? Do you want to paint? Do you want to, do you want to get into photography, bird watching? Do you want to get into, flower collecting, rock collecting, postage stamp anything that sparks a interest, basket making, right? Like pottery. There's so many things that we as human beings are capable of creating ourselves with just those phenomenal little posable thumbs, right? We're able to do so many marvelous things, and it's fun, it's fulfilling, and especially if you work a Mac monkey job, like, come on, go get a hobby. It makes you interesting, it adds variety to your life, and it's gonna make you a fun dinner companion, right? And that's what the whole point of being someone who's classy versus trashy. It's all about being someone that people want to be around and being somebody that is capable of wandering through life and experiencing it to its fullest, despite what might be thrown at you, right? So, hobbies, get into it. Social awareness, okay? So we know that lack of situational inappropriate situational awareness was on our trashy side. Social awareness is on the classy side, obviously, okay? Because it shows that you give a shit. It shows that you care. It shows that you have enough self-respect that you respect the environment that you're in, okay? That's what social awareness is. Civic responsibility. Civic responsibility is so hot, okay? Be involved in your community. Be involved, all right? Vote in your local elections. Care. about the community that you're involved in, right? Participate. Because if you don't participate, that's how we end up here, okay? We ended up here because enough people decided they didn't want to participate. So please, participate. Ooh, personal health. Personal health and giving a shit about your personal health is super classy, all right? Because it's a demonstration of the self-respect that you have, right? If you care enough about yourself that you are willing to put in the work and the effort that it takes to be healthy and have a good sense of personal physical health, that's classy, baby. That's classy, okay? Adding to the cultural town square. That's super classy. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you go out into your community and you attempt to participate and contribute in a positive way, right? And I've mentioned this a couple of different times in a couple of different videos, but like social organizations like the JCs or the Lions Club or the Kiwanis Club or your all of these different social organizations or like the Boy Scouts used to be like this, the Girl Scouts used to be like this. I don't know that they're like that anymore, right? But part of these organizations is getting together and having a social interaction that is centered around developing the positive aspects that we want in our communities, okay? That is adding to the cultural town square. And there is he's an actor. His name is Clifton Duncan, and he has you know what, I'm gonna make a note to myself that I need to put this in. So I mentioned him, Clifton Duncan. I'm going to put a link to his Substack, and I think he's on X. I don't think that he has I'll link his X account. I don't think he has a YouTube. I'll check. But Clifton Duncan is a incredible actor, young, up-and-coming actor, he is the one that was talking about the cultural town square. So I'll link his socials and stuff in this video comment section for you guys. But I would suggest you go and check out the work that he's doing and what he has to say specifically about the cultural town square, because he's the one, if I remember correctly, that tagged that phrase first. But that's classy, okay? Ooh, living by action. So what I mean by that is that it's like virtue signaling. If virtue signaling is on this side, then living by action is on this side, okay? Because if you're living by action and the way that you choose to live and the choices that you make are visually apparent because of the actions that you choose to take in life, then you don't need to virtue signal. And that's classy, okay? So there was a video that was going around the other day, and I think I talked about this in one of my past videos about some of the things that have contributed to this lack of kind of social and interpersonal cohesion. And my big thing also that I've been talking about on my Sunday sermons about the erosion of tiers 2 through 4 on Maslow's hierarchy, right? That are your emotional needs. The erosion of that. And this gentleman was talking about how meals with no phones. That's classy. I never have my phone out when I'm with my family. I never have my phone out at a meal with anybody because I'm here with you in this moment. And if I didn't want to be here and whoever's on the end of the phone was more important, then just don't be here, okay? So meals with no phones. That's classy. Visiting your family on weekends. That's also classy. Actually, just having IRL hangouts with people is classy. Thank you notes. Thank you notes are very classy. Handwritten thank you notes. Actually, handwritten invitations in general are classy. Like, Getting a note or a letter or a card that's been handwritten in the mail, nothing better. Bring back long form pen palery, okay? It's classy. Morning and evening walks. So that kind of goes back to the classiness of taking charge of your personal health, right? Taking a morning or evening walk. But also within the context of a relationship, it is a really good time to just reconnect with one another without your phones and just spend time in nature and just having that. Some of the greatest Greek and Roman philosophers talked about how the best time to think was while on a walk. Okay, so morning and evening walks. Just go enjoy it. Doesn't have to be very long. Just take a little stroll. All right, just enjoy it. No phones. Be present. All right, that's classy. And he said Friday night, but no. Every good New Yorker knows Friday nights are for going out and partying, and Saturday nights are for the movies, okay? Also, if you know the Drifters at all, everybody knows it's Saturday night at the movies, okay? Saturday nights are for the movies. Because then you have Sunday and you get to wind down, and yeah, okay? We know. We know why Saturday is for the movies. But that's classy. Watch a good movie. And you don't have to go to the movie theater, right? There hasn't really been a good movie in the movie theaters in years at this point, right? But we know, and you know that I have already talked about how I think you need to disconnect from all of your streaming services. Get rid of them. Save those coins, babies, because you need them. We all need more of the coins in the pocket, not out of it. So get rid of the streaming services. They're all useless anyways. Plus, we all know that we can go and find the movies and the things that we want without having to have a streaming service, okay? So, we're going to start a little Saturday night at the movie thing, all right? Because I watch all kinds of great movies, and some of y'all have never seen them, and you need to because they're excellent, okay? Saturday night at the movies. Classy. Love it. Conversation. Conversation is classy. Why? Because it means that you're able to sit down with someone and discuss various topics in a civil and educated way, right? If you're capable of sitting down and discussing constructively, even topics that are controversial, and you're able to sit down and do that in a civilized way, then that's classy. All right? So we are, my coffee's cold. We are almost 40 minutes in, and I think we've pretty much established what classy versus trashy is. And yeah, I've done my video for the day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Do the things with the buttons, and or don't. You know, if you have something that you'd like me to expand on, let me know. If you don't, well, then hey, appreciate that too. If you got something that you want to beef about, let me know. I'm into that too. We love the hate. We love the love. We love all of it. So, thank you for being here today. Appreciate you. I'm a day late and $1 short, but we got around to it, and I'll do better next time, okay? So, stay classy, not trashy, and have a good one, y'all. I'll see you next time.